Hello all and welcome back. I'm Alicia. When you think about everyday cleaning, do you ever wonder if you have the right tools? Are you using the most common tools and accessories? Is there a more efficient tool? Let's see if we use some of the same tools. So keep watching and I'll show you my everyday cleaning tools. Let's define what cleaning is. Cleaning is the act of removing dirt, not to be confused with tidying. First on my list, these microfiber cloths. So I tend to have these and more of these around to do the majority of my cleaning with. So I would say I could pick up one of these daily around here, according to how much dust accumulates. And a pro tip on dusting or any kind of cleaning is to get into a routine or a habit. And with dusting, you always want to go from your highest point to your lowest point. That way you're not generating more work for yourself. So it's a more efficient way to clean. Also, if you pick up a habit from cleaning left to right or right to left, it also helps to make sure that you're getting everything and not missing anything. So just a little tip. Now, with that being said, number one leads me right into number two. And number two would be a stick duster. And how I use this is that I attach the microfiber cloth to this. And I know I could use the disposable, but again, most basic, reusable, over the long haul, I think this is more cost efficient and effective. So these two, 1, 2. The next item that I use, broom and dustpan. So of course you can tell that this is just an extra in my home. It's not the one that I use every day, but to illustrate the point. Now after that, I would use my vacuum, and I have 2 vacuums, and it depends on the surface and the amount of dirt. But this is my stick vac, which is excellent on hardwoods, stairs. It's great because it's lightweight, it's cordless. I think a stick vac, and again, it's not endorsing one brand over another. A cordless stick vac is just easy, especially if you have the options of different attachments. So, and if you don't have a stick vac, that's fine. Take it out of your basics. If you have a vacuum, that's the most important part. And the other is this vac, which is a corded vac. And it has excellent suction. It has a great filter. And again, no endorsement to any particular type of product. These are just general examples. So recapping that, microfiber cloths, my stick cleaner with the microfiber cloth attached to it, the broom and dustpan combo, and then the vacuums, which again, I talked about 2 different kinds, but any vacuum, one vacuum would be a basic and essential must-have for everyday clean. All right, now that we have those dry items out of the way, or items we would use for dealing with dry issues, let's talk about if we're doing a wet cleanup, when we know we're dealing with maybe a cleaning solution or product, or we're adding water to it. So with that being said, I would still go back to this being my number one. Again, microfiber. So now I'm just adding a solution to it, or I would be using a sponge that has an abrasive side to it. Dishes, kitchen surfaces. this would be another must-have for me everyday cleaning. Last but not least, as my staple everyday must-have for wet cleaning would be, and I have this in a combo, and I would highly suggest that would be a good investment also, a plunger, your cleaning brush for your toilet. So these are my recommendations and my suggestions for everyday cleaning. And I like to say that I have used a lot of tools that I don't have here, and I have since given them away. I've given them away for several reasons. Over time, I realized that I had to store them, that I had, dished out the money for them, and they were no more effective or efficient for my lifestyle. And I realized that I just didn't get the amount of use out of them that made it practical for me to just keep on storing them. So if you look at my video, and I'll link it, where I did the pantry, utility, laundry room makeover. At the end of that video, I showed the amount of items that I donated. In that donation haul, there was a robot duster, there was a robot vacuum, there was a floor steamer, there was a Swiffer, that was the brand, a Swiffer sweeper with a vacuum, a small vacuum at the front of it. And I ended up donating those items because, again, I was storing them. They were taking up valuable space, and I was not using them as frequently as I was using these everyday basic items. Also, it would give somebody else the opportunity to try it, test it, see if it's something that would fit in for their lifestyle. I'll say with the Swiffer, after I had it for a while, it only ran a few minutes at the most before it died and shut down. So you would never finish like a complete section of a floor. With the robotic vacuum, and it was not a Roomba, but it behaved in a similar fashion that I've read a lot of reviews. It would run a short amount of time. It would not run enough to do an entire room, and my home is small. Not only that, it didn't run in a pattern that ensured the entire floor was done. So I know that the Shark has one now that's supposed to go in rows, but this one went in all over, like zigzag. It hit a piece of furniture, and it may go back and forth in that section for an unknown amount of time and never get to the rest of the floor. So I just didn't find that it worked for my lifestyle. I do have furniture. I do keep furniture on the floor. I think most people have furniture on the floor, and being able to maneuver around the furniture, not get stuck under the furniture, was another thing for me. And again, it did not run very long before it needed to be charged. And again, you still had to pick it up. You still had to empty the dirt and dust, and it didn't have a big area to collect dust and dirt. So I found that it was a lot more work than convenience. So with that being said, that was one of the reasons that went away. Now, my floor steamer, I would say in my last home, was great. It was great because it was great for tile and linoleum. But it was great like twice a year. It was great if I had a major stain. It was great if I neglected cleaning my floors frequently. But for me to clean consistently, my floors really don't, my tile floors do not build up to that level where I really need a steamer. I have tile, laminate hardwood, and carpet in this townhouse. So I don't have a linoleum kitchen floor, or I don't have a tiled kitchen floor. I only have the laminate hardwood, which you can't put like steam and water, like, because how hot the steam gets, and that laminate is only, you know, it's a piece of wood, and then it gets to the fiberboard. It gets in between that crack. You don't know how long it's going to stay there and how wet it's going to be and what kind of problems it's going to create. So when I have to do my floors, I use this, and I attach this, and I usually do a product, some kind of solution to dampen my floor. This is all I need, and this is all I do for mopping my floors. This I dampen, I wet. I do not saturate. I don't leave it running. When it tilts, you don't see water running off the end of it. It is just some kind of solution to help break up anything that's on the floor, and a microfiber cloth on the stick tool. So again, these are my basic tools, not any particular brand. I say these things because, again, I don't want people to fall prey to, the infomercials had the lady who, she looked so distressed, she couldn't do her hair, she couldn't put on makeup, she couldn't properly get dressed, like her clothes are all off of her. And then she gets a product or a tool, and miraculously her house is clean, she's clean. Like, it's just hype, it's just marketing, they're just selling you something. If you need anything, more than likely it has been around for years. People have been cleaning for years. It's primitive. If you have a big house and you have the means, hire help. If you really want to save yourself the time of doing it and you can afford it, I would say hire help. Hire somebody like me that doesn't mind coming in and cleaning up. That's the biggest, I would say that would be my real pro tip. Like, don't buy more stuff, hire somebody. Say anything else, I don't think it really creates that much of a value. If I'm wrong, and if you have different experiences, please, let's talk about it. Leave it in the comment section. I love to hear it. If you see something or saw something that, you know, I don't have or I'm not using, great. If you say I have something that I could add to that, and it's everyday, and it's like, it's the business, let me know about it. Love to hear it, love to see it. You know, if it's something that I can incorporate, I'm all for it. So with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you back soon. And as always, like, share, and subscribe.